final 7 kilometres is looking good for Matt Cavendish.
Running down by the sea then now. The last run in from here, dead straight until we get about to about 1 3/4 kilometres out, when there's a little right-hand flick and then a left-hand flick under the kilometre to go banner, right and then a sweeping left-hander again. A tiny bit of a constriction in the road when they get to that 1 3/4 kilometre mark. But that's about it, Sean, and it should surely be a run in now. There is Matt Goss in the red points leaders jersey. And Svein Tuft is the man on the front of the Orica Green Edge train at the moment. Six kilometres, and it's Sky who've taken up the train at the front. Rigoberto Urán followed by looks like Ian Stannard there for just a second. There's Tuft, and there is the rest of the men from Orica Green Edge. Well, interesting to see what Rabobank will do here, Sean, because they're first. One of their sprinters, Theo Boss, we saw him right out the back. Mark Renshaw they've got in here, and Graham Brown. They've got the ability to do some various sprints here. Graham Brown is the last man in line here. Maybe Brownie thinks he's got the edge today, the legs. I don't know.
Yes, well, it's good to see him in there. So there's quite a number of sprinters from different teams. We also see from Omega Pharma, Chichi is in there. I see him moving about there in the top 20 riders of the bunch. So quite a number of the sprinters getting through, and other ones getting into difficulty. Surprising to see Tyler Ferrara getting into difficulty when you have the likes of Chichi in here. But it's going to be an interesting run in here, and a lot of teams starting to appear. But Sky, they're the team who have a good number of riders together here. 5-6 riders just leading out Cavendish.
At the moment, it's Tom Lisa doing the pacing work for Graham Brown. Renshaw haven't seen him around yet. Be there somewhere. There is Renshaw at the back of the peloton. So it's. I thought it was him at the back for just a second. Sky keeping out of trouble. All on one side of the road. They've got plenty of space at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 men. Just keeping this pace line on the left-hand side of the road. Robert Hunter actually in their wheel at the moment. And there's Mark Cavendish as well.
Bernardi there.
Bernardi behind him, yeah. 4 kilometres to go. Hunter in the wheel of Cavendish, also Bernardi.
Renshaw.
Yep, Renshaw is in this Rabobank group. Surely that's Lars Bach who's just gone away. It looked remarkably like his style. Away goes a rider from Lotto Belisol with 3 kilometres just over to go, and takes as much tow as he can from the bike and gives it a little dig. I don't think it in the slightest chance of getting away, but it's a good move. 3 kilometres to go. We're still not sure who it is, but I would lay money on it being Lars Bach. Although I'm probably wrong, in which case it would be a good job I don't lay money on this.
He's not smooth enough to be back.
You reckon?
Yes.
No, you're right. It's Adam Hansen.
What?
Adam Hansen.
It's surprising.
Yep, that is. Well, I thought he might be. If he's got that much strength, why didn't he contest the sprint?
Well, that is the reason I'm saying surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd expect Hansen just to stay, wait in there and have a go for the sprint. Attacking like that for a guy who was, a very good sprinter, a surprising tactic.
Two kilometres left in stage 5 here on the Giro d'Italia. And Sky look like in this long straight-ish run-in they have the ability to keep all their riders together. They've lacked a little bit of cohesion at times on the run-in. They've got fantastic engines, but then in the last 2 kilometres they got a little bit separated, and that's not helped Mark in certainly on the day he had a crash in with Roberto Ferrari. That didn't help him there because the train hadn't delivered him beyond Roberto Ferrari. He was fighting to get that little bit extra up. But Robert Hunter's got a good position, as is Bernardi behind him. Huge long pull now is going to come from Ian Stannard on the front for Sky, with the 1 kilometre to go banner rising up in front of them, and Stannard moving across. Whoa, the peloton gets a little bit squeezed, and that's helped Cavendish's train a little bit, as it's also helped the Orica Green Edge train, because it slowed everybody else down by going onto those barriers to get into that last corner. A little bit too hard of a dig on the front. Is this a different tactic, or are they just trying to drive the peloton along very, very quickly? Lancaster looks over his shoulder to see where Matt Goss is. Goss is on the wheel of, I think, Modelo here. Or it could be Colibri of Colnago Inox. Mark Cavendish in the perfect position for the run-in. He's got a Colnago rider behind him who could be, I think, in Modelo or Colibri. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but Bernardi is right behind him there. And looks like Alexander Kristoff is up here as well. Goss comes around the outside. He's trying to get onto the wheel of Mark Cavendish and see if Mark Cavendish will spend himself too early. Goss is going to come at him, but I don't think he's going to get it. Cavendish is going to get this one. It's a two-man race. Cavendish beats Goss into second place, and finally the train works its magic. Bernardi looks like he gets third spot, then Kristoff. And finally it looks like they managed to get it together, Sean, and the Sky train delivering Mark exactly at the right time.
Yes, a good job by Sky, and we could see there that there was a few riders trying to make the move up, but still Sky kept the pace very high and delivered Mark to a perfect position. And when he gets into that final 200 metres, as he was there today, well, we could see there was nobody just able to challenge him at all in that final 180, 200 metres.
Well, what was amazing is it came down to a two-horse race, Sean. Goss and Cavendish both pulling away from everybody else behind them, I mean, quite substantially, but Goss couldn't get past him. Just couldn't get past him. The world champion takes a second victory here. And Mark Cavendish being shepherded by Steve Farrand, who's now working for the organisation RCS. Back on his bike again. He's got to do all the things that go along with being a world champion and a stage winner. The press want to get at him. He'll have to do the doping controls as a stage winner. All those things, even when he's got no breath to give. Mark Cavendish takes the win then.
Con mia fidanzata sono molto felice.
I'm very, very happy, he says.